So I just wanted to jump on here because I just got gut punched from the front. Just, gut, heart, emotions, all of it. And I was feeling pretty good today. I got up, I ate breakfast, I worked out, and then I got ready for the day, was doing some reading, and I did a post on my main page to get reviews on my book From Being Dead Badass. And I went to go review the reviews, and I just got smacked in the face, like just anything that just can take you from here and just drop you emotionally. It happened, and I am just in awe. I went onto Amazon and I was getting the link for the Amazon reviews because I really need people to write Amazon reviews, positive Amazon reviews, and tell them how my book has impacted them. And when I looked at my review rating, it went from 5 stars to like 4 3/4 or 4 1/4. And I was like, what? So I went on there to check out the reviews, and sure enough, I got a 2-star rating. A 2-star rating. Let me shut this up. I got a 2-star rating, and it just gut punched me. It just hit me where it hurt, and my mood went from here to just, it dropped. And I was like, what? And I'm just in shock. Because as all of you know, I hired a professional. I hired a formatter, an editor, like a book coach, a professional to really help me get my message across. And my book went through 2 editing stages, and it went through extensive formatting. And I went through my book with a fine-tooth comb. My editors went through it with a fine-tooth comb. I had people that were friends that I was like, I need you to be brutally honest about what I'm saying in my book. And they were. And I got the feedback, and I was sharing my stories, and then I put it into a book, and we published it, and everybody so far has loved it. They're like, I can't put it down. I haven't been able to get enough of it. I just want to hold you tight and hug you for everything you've gone through. I really felt your emotion. And I got this review on Amazon today, and I was like, is everybody just fluffing my feathers? And sure, I got 9 reviews, and only one of them was a really bad review, but it hurt. It was like a knife in the heart. I'm going to try not to get emotional, but I was just like, oh, because I'm reading this book about you're going to have your fans and you're going to have your haters, and I have yet to have a hater in my life with what I'm doing and what I'm trying to, change, make people understand that they're badasses and their circumstances don't define them, and they can get back up and they can keep going, and people are watching, and, you're inspiring people every day, and just keep showing up. And I finally got my first critic. I wasn't ready for it, and I was just reading about critics, and I was like, I don't have any, which is great. Like, I feel pretty damn lucky, and here I am. I just saw my first 2-star Amazon review, and it smacked me in the face. I hit a brick wall. So I thought I'd jump on here, and I'm just like, So I did a little bit of investigating on the person who wrote the review. It's the first review they've ever written on Amazon. They didn't put a picture, they didn't put a name, not where they're from, and they just identified themselves as K, the letter K. And I went through my sales to see who it possibly could be, and I reached out to my girlfriends because I was like, I just got my first bad review. Like, what do I do? And they're like, let it be, let it be. But man, it hurts. I'm not going to lie. When you get your first critic or your first hater, or, somebody criticizing the work that you're putting out there, it's tough. And I have been striving to make a difference with my book. I mean, as all of you know, I've got this campaign going on called Make an Impact 2020, where I'm asking you, my friends, my family, my fans, my supporters, those that find me inspiring, to sponsor a book to get to shelters. And we've got 38 shelters sponsored so far. I've got 3 more books that just got sponsored. So that's 39, 40, 41 books. And so I've got 3 books to ship out today. for shelters. And I mean, I'm getting really great feedback. People are like, this is amazing. I can't put the book down. I've got the staff in the shelters that are like fighting over the book so they can read it next. And before they put it in the resource library for those that really need the book. And so my book got its first bad review. I would love to hear what advice you guys have. Like, throw it in the comments. I see a few people are watching, and thank you for jumping on. But I'm not going to lie, it hurts because it's not only a slam to me, it's a slam to my publishers, my publisher, and my editors. And I'm just like, they're professionals. This is what they do. And the review, I'll read it to you. So I have a picture on my phone because I sent it to my husband. I was like, oh my gosh, and this is real feelings. Like, I don't know how to handle it. I would love to get your input if you've written and gotten bad reviews. It says good messages, not good writing. And I was shocked. And so it's 2 stars, and it says the writing is amateur, which makes it hard to get into the story and really relate to the author. Dialogue and inner thoughts are kind of stiff and unnatural, which doesn't make any sense because I wrote as if I was having a conversation. Lots of telling the reader how she felt, but unable to recreate experiences or narrative so that the reader could feel too. Author has some good things to say, but needs a good editor to make her experiences and wisdom shine. So I'm just jumping on here because I'm going to be real with you guys. Like, I'm all about empowering each other and really diving in and being badasses. We get beaten down, and this is a moment where I'm getting beaten down because they're criticizing my story and the way I have told it to be relatable to all of you. And I guess I wasn't expecting it this quick in the game. And I would love to know your advice to me, because I can be empowered from all of you, just as you guys are empowered to me. And it's going to play in my mind, and I'm literally going to mind fuck myself throughout the day. Like, I'm going to replay it over and over again, and I'll probably review the review, and I'm going to mind fuck myself. And I just don't want to go there. So I have to flip the switch, right? Maybe this person didn't like what I was saying because they could relate to it, and they're not there yet. They're not empowered, or maybe they're an abuser, or maybe it's a troll. Maybe they didn't really read the book and they just jumped on and wanted to troll anybody that was trying to empower. I don't know. I'm stuck. I have to be careful on what story I'm telling myself versus, what the reality is. And Kathleen, let it go, right? Pray for them and give it to God. I guess so, right? It hurts. It hurts to be criticized on your purpose and your passion and what you're trying to do and telling your story. And maybe the best thing for me to do is ask for Amazon reviews from all of you guys who love the book and love what it has to say and the message behind it, and then not pay attention to the reviews. Don't click on the lower reviews. Just click on the positive to keep going, to know that your message is making an impact. I could do that, or just not even look at the reviews. But I want to get ranked higher on Amazon so it gets more exposure. And so a friend of mine was like, hey, reach out to all the shelters that you have delivered your book to and have them write reviews. And I know it really doesn't matter at the end of the day what review I have and what reviews I don't have, right? It matters that it's making an impact, it's making a difference in people's lives, and that people are inspired by me sharing my story and, really empowering people to be the badass that they're meant to be. That's what matters. It matters that I'm speaking my truth, that I have told my story, that I put it out there, that I'm being vulnerable and I'm being brave. And by me speaking up, I'm allowing others to see that they have permission, which they never needed to begin with, but maybe they feel they needed permission, to be brave and to speak up about their story, or to leave the abusive relationship, or to, stand up for themselves and not be bullied, or when they felt abandoned, they really only needed themselves, or, if they're going through infertility, that it's okay because it's, there's other people that are dealing with it too. And it's not just you alone that are going through it. You know, we all have these moments where we're beaten down and we feel like we're the only ones going through it, and nobody could understand our journey, that nobody could possibly understand the valley that we're just in. But in reality, there's so many other people that have similar situations, and it's just a matter of saying, hey, this is what's going on, and reaching out, you know, and getting inspired by those people or borrowing their strength. And that's what I have to remember. I have to remember my why. Why did I tell my story? Why did I choose to speak up against domestic violence and sexual assault? Why did I choose to talk about infertility or my journey of bodybuilding or the abandonment from my mother as a child? Like, why did I choose to do that? Like, why? What was the purpose in all of that? And it was to show people that life can suck, but life is beautiful. It's full of blessings, and we all matter, and we all have a story, and life isn't promised to be easy. It's meant to be beautiful, but it's messy and it's ugly. But we're to come together as a community of people, because that's really what it used to be, a community of people in the real world, not just through a screen, and learn and inspire and just be. And I have to remember that. Like, I have to remember my why, and I have to remember that it's not about me. It's about all of you and those that are watching me, and those that find strength in my story, and those that hopefully find strength in their story. And even though you have your haters, you just got to keep going, because it's not about the haters, right? It's about the people that are inspired by you and the people that support you and love you, because I know that I'm doing something very difficult. I know by telling my story, it's going to provoke emotion for people. It's going to piss people off. It's going to raise questions. It's going to cause haters to hate. And you're right. I have to take the good and the bad. I do matter. My story matters. And everybody that's watching, your story matters too. So for me, as much as those words really hurt to read, I also have to remember that if I didn't have haters, I'm doing something wrong. So I must be doing something right if someone wants to write that bad of a review for me. And so I just have to persevere. That's actually my word for the year. I created a screen, and I don't know if you guys can see it on my phone. So I'm reminded every day, multiple times a day. Do you see that? Ooh, perseverance. It's an elephant. Well, anyway, it says perseverance up here, and it's an elephant, you know, looking me in the eye, basically, and saying, you know, you've got this, and you got to keep going, because it's not about you. It's about everybody else that is looking to you for guidance on, you know, how you've done it, where you're headed, you know, where you've been, how you're doing it, where you're going, and all of this. And I told my story because it was time. God told me, like, it's time for you to tell your story. And I am doing that. And so with that said, I have to remember that it's for all those people that need to hear my message and need to see what I'm doing. You know, it's scary. I am not gonna lie. Like, after reading that, I was like, oh, do I want to keep going? Yes, I want to keep going. Like, that's not even a question. You know, am I good enough? And I say it all the time. There's nothing good about it. Like, I'm enough, you're enough, we're all enough. And I just have to keep going, because I know deep in my heart that this is my purpose. This is my calling. And it's going to be scary at times, and it's going to suck at times, and it's going to hurt, and people are going to say some nasty things to me. And, you know, those are the people that are not meant to hear my message. And I just have to say, you know what? Thank you, but goodbye. And I just have to grin and bear it. Bear, pun intended. You know, and just know that God's got me, and He's leading me. And I've got amazing girlfriends. I've got Lucia. I've got Peg. I've got Carla and Shayna and Katrina. Like, these amazing women. I've got Christina. all my clients. I've got Mama Ellen. I have all these amazing women that I'm surrounded by that are like, you are a badass, Erin. You inspire me. You know, encourage me to be the best I can be. And sometimes I'm like, am I the right person for this job? This job was given to me, but am I the right person? Yes. The answer is yes. So whatever it is that you're doing, people are watching, people are inspired. People may not comment or post or like or anything, but they're watching. And I just have to keep going. And I have to remember that it is for them. And you're right, there's going to be good and there's going to be bad. And I just got to keep going. And the reason why I wanted to jump on here is because I needed to talk it out. I needed to get it off my chest. I needed to own my emotions. I needed to not be afraid of them and pretend everything's okay and that I've got it all together and I can take the punches in the face. Sure, I can take them. It doesn't mean they don't hurt. So when you get gut punched in the front, in the face, in the gut, in the heart, deepest of souls, like what is it that you do? Like how do you flip that? Is it easy? Is it difficult? Do you spin out of control? What is it that you do to flip that? And I just have to encourage everybody, like, if you don't have haters, then you're doing something wrong. So if I have people that criticize my lives and criticize my book and criticize any post or attack me in any way, I just have to remember those aren't my people and to do my best to ignore them. And if possible, to eliminate them from my circle, not let them in, and to, thank them, but thank you, but no thank you. And surround myself with powerful people and help those people that I'm meant to help. Those that have been abandoned, whether it was by their parents or their siblings or a significant other, those that have been bullied throughout school, those that have been abused violently, and abuse in general, whether it's financial, mental, emotional, sexual, whatever abuse that they have endured by somebody else, those are my people. And infertility, I cannot bear a child right now. I mean, I can't try naturally. I can't try to conceive. I can't do IUI. Like my only option is artificial. And so if that's even an option, so those are my people, bodybuilders that have totally mind screwed themselves because they did bodybuilding for so long and they don't think they're good enough because the body just doesn't look that way all the time. It is not meant to look like that all the time. Those are my people that have had, freak accidents and suffered from concussions and PTSD, and people that have been on their own for a long time and just figured it out. My people are the people that can relate to the words in my story. And those are everybody. Those are women, those are men, those are children, those are adults, those are elders, those are everybody. Anybody that I have a common ground or common theme with, anybody. Those are my people. And I have to remember I'm doing it for all of you. Because by helping you, it helps me to be empowered. And we're all empowered badasses, and we're all in this together. And we just have to remember that. Love it, girl. Take the hit and say you hit like a bitch. Well, yes, I do my best to be empowered by the hits, but sometimes they hurt, and I don't like to be punched. But I always do say, if people are just hating to hate, karma's going to get you, right? So to me, I think karma's a female. She can be male, I guess. It doesn't matter. But I do say karma is a leap, and she bites. So, if this person's just trolling and hating, it's on them. It's not on me. It's got nothing to do with who I am as a person. It's got nothing to do with my personality. It's got, what? I can't take it personally. Some people are really critical of others, and I just have to remember that the critics, they're out there, and what matters is how I think of myself. What matters is how I feel about myself. And at the end of the day, the only person that can judge me is God. He's the only one. I can judge myself, sure, but does that get me anywhere? No. So God, he embraces everything about me, and he embraces all of us. And I think that, like, though I'm scared and I don't want another bad review, it will probably come. But if I'm getting a bad review, then I'm probably saying something that provoked emotion, that pissed somebody off, and I did my job. I mean, I did a photo shoot back in April of last year, and it provoked a lot of emotion, and a lot of people probably unfriended me, and a lot of people stopped seeing my posts, and a lot of people unscrolled, just scrolled on by. And you know what? It provokes emotion. My story provokes emotion. It gets people to think, and it gets people to start conversations, and we raise awareness, and we give back, and we implement change. That's what it's all about. It's about being a better person. And, it's hard. But you know what? I'm still standing up. I mean, I got punched and I fell down, but I stood back up, and that's the first step, and I'm going to be okay. So I appreciate you guys all jumping on and listening to me babble and letting me sort through my thoughts. But I just want to be real with all of you. We are all empowered badasses, and thank you for being in my group and giving me your comments. I haven't had a chance to look at them, but I will definitely go back and I will review them. I think this is the most engagement I've ever had on a post in this group. So I appreciate it. And that's feedback enough. Like, that's love. And that is what makes me happy. And you guys bring me joy. So yeah, it's got nothing to do with me. And there's a saying out there, right? What other people think is none of my business. What other people think of me is none of my business. Even though we're humans, we have emotion. And if you're an empath like me, you're like, oh, what do people think? Like, we kind of thrive on that, but then we take that emotion on as ourselves, and that's not healthy. So we have to remember that whatever they think about me is none of my business. I am a badass. What matters is what I feel about myself, and am I doing and living in my purpose authentically? And do I keep bettering myself on a day-to-day basis? And do I show up? I think we need to ask ourselves that. How do I think or feel about myself? Do I continue to grow and not stay stagnant? And just lost what I said, but you know what I mean. Those are the things that matter. Are we moving forward? And how do I feel about myself? And am I authentically living my purpose, my calling, what I'm meant to do in my life? And I think we all need to ask ourselves that. And if there's a no in that, then we need to reevaluate. But I'm good. I'm a lot better now than when I started this video. So I really appreciate all of you. I would love to hear all your feedback. I would love to know of a story when this happened to you, even if it's not a review on a book that you wrote, if it's just something, business related or personal, someone came and criticized you and it just hit you where it hurt, and how you dealt with it and how you moved past it. And, I want to know. I want this group to empower each other. I want there to be collaboration. I want there to be conversation. I want this to be a community of badasses that lift each other up and listen to us when we're down and listen to us when we're up, and all through the peaks and valleys and twists and turns and go arounds. I want us to really come together. It's not just about me. I would love to do some collaboration with any of you. If you want to go live with me, Lucia and I are going to be doing a couple of different things together on this group. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag just yet, but there's going to be some pretty cool, powerful things, and we're doing it for everybody. It's not about me. It's about us. So with that said, have a badass day. I hope you just embrace yourself and you love on yourself and you inspire someone today. And if somebody inspires you today, tell them, let them know that they've inspired you, because sometimes we just need to hear it. Many people inspire me, and I love all of you. So have a great, great day. Bye, guys.